Okay, so 3-2A. We are solving systems. No, don't go now. What's he doing? I'm not a yeller. Oh yeah, I yell at my kids all the time. Well, that's not true. I don't yell. I raise my voice at times. Okay, 3-2A. Solving. You ask them if I ever raise my voice. Solving systems by substitution. Okay, so here's your process. It is a 3-step process. Number 1, you need to isolate one variable. 3-2A. Okay, what does it mean to isolate a variable? Get it alone, by itself. Y equals or X equals. Okay, get it by itself. Number 2, you are going to plug that, we'll call it expression, whatever the isolated variable is equal to, into the other equation. Okay, and then number 3, find both solutions. In other words, find X and Y. Okay, so here's the thing. Solving systems by graphing or by substitution, you're still solving for a point, okay? An X and a Y value. So you're gonna write them as points, an X and a Y. So here's what we're gonna do. Example 1. Your system is 4x, sorry, this is A. I have a whole bunch of these. 4x plus 3y equals 4. And y equals 2x minus 7. Okay? Now, at times I'm going to refer to basketball, or you can call it football or whatever. You're going to take a player out, and you want to put a player in of equal value, right? If you take a point guard out, you want to put a point guard back in. If you take the quarterback out, you need another quarterback, right? Okay, that's what substitution does with math. If I take something out, I need something of equal value to put in its place. So when you look here, step 1, isolate a variable. Are any of my variables isolated in those 2 equations? Yeah, the bottom one, right? This y has been isolated. So step 1 is taken care of for you. Okay? Step 2, you're going to plug the expression in for that y into the other equation. So we know that y equals this. That means I'm going to take out the y, and I'm going to put that in its place. Okay? So it's going to be 4x plus 3 times 2x minus 7, right? Instead of a y there, we have a 2x minus 7 in its place. Hello, are you with me? Check it. Then you have your equal sign. Then you have a 4. Do you all see what I just did? Mm-hmm. Okay. From here, it's do the math. So you're going to distribute this. So it's 4x plus 6x minus 21 equals 4. That's 10x. Move the 21 over. So 10x equals 25. Divide by 10. So x is 2.5. Okay? But you're not done, because we said our answer is a point. You need a y. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take that 2.5 and then figure out which equation it makes more sense to plug it into. Which one would you plug that 2.5 into? The y equals. I would take it and put it right here. So it's going to be y equals 2 times 2.5 minus 7. So y equals 5 minus 7. So y is negative 2. Okay? That means my answer to this problem is 2.5, negative 2, right? It's a point. Questions on that? You what? I substituted my x in the y spot, right, or in the x spot right here to get the y value. Are you with me right now? Are you playing a game on your iPad right now? Sure are. Put that away. You should take notes on this. No, not like that. That's way too easy to go back to. Put it under your desk. Away. Yes, ma'am. That was the beginning part. Like in the problem, I gave you these two equations. Okay? So that one you were given at the beginning. Yeah. Good? Because we needed to figure out what y was also. We didn't know a value for y. We knew an expression for y, right? Okay, second one. Your system is 3x plus 4y equals 12, and 2x plus y equals 10. What is your first step? Isolate, okay? We need to get a variable by itself. Is one of your variables isolated right now?
No, but
Not at all, right? You need x equals fill in the blank or y equals fill in the blank. Neither one of these is doing that right now. Which one would be easiest to isolate? The y that's by itself, right? This guy right here doesn't have a coefficient. If there's no number in front of him, he's easier, okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this y by itself. How do I do that? Subtract 2x. So we're going to take away a 2x, take away a 2x. That means my new equation is y equals negative 2x plus 10. You could do 10 minus 2x. I just always put it in slope-intercept form, but you could. It's not wrong that way. Okay, so this equation and this equation are what we're going to use now, okay? You cannot plug this y in right here because that's where we got it from. So don't try to plug it into the same one. You have to plug it into the other equation, okay? So we're going to take this and put it where? Right behind what? The 4, okay? This replaces our y right here. So it's going to be 3x plus 4 times negative 2x plus 10, or 10 minus 2x if you like it that way better, equals what? 12, right? We were up here. This is our equation now. So equals 12. Okay, now from there, we're going to be able to solve for x because there's only one variable. So to solve for x, what's the first thing you have to do? Distribute. So we're going to distribute this. 3x minus 8x plus 40 equals 12. So 3x minus 8x is a negative 5x. I'm going to subtract the 40 from both sides. Oh yeah, this one didn't work out to a very nice number, did it? So negative 5x equals negative 28. If you divide by negative 5, you get x equals 5.6. Okay, decimals are okay in this. Don't freak out if you get a decimal, but if you get like 2.743892 blah, 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 that's probably not the right answer. Okay? Yeah, Emma.
and when you're putting it in, you can plug it into either.
You can plug it into either. There's usually one that's a little bit easier, or you plug it into the one that you simplified, right? So here's what I would do. This is my x value. I would go up here to my new y equals equation and plug it in there. So it would be y equals negative 2 times 5.6 plus 10. When you simplify that, you get y equals a negative 1.2 So your answer is a point. It is the point 5.6, negative 1.2. Questions on that? Okay. What? You really want to be done, huh? Is that what you said, last one? There's two more. All right, this system, you have negative x plus 3y equals 0, and 3x plus 4y equals 26. Are any of your variables isolated? No. Which one would you prefer to isolate? The top what? X or y? X, okay. So if we're gonna get x by itself, first thing we're gonna do is subtract the 3y. So negative x equals negative 3y plus 0, which doesn't change anything, so you can ditch the 0, right? But then we need to multiply or divide by negative 1. So x is gonna equal 3y. Okay, so we're gonna use this equation. Shoot, I should have done that in black. I don't wanna confuse you. My bad. So that equation and this equation, right? Those are our two equations now. We just changed this one into that. So you're gonna take this here and put it where? Behind the 3 in place of the x, right? So it's gonna be 3 times 3y, and then go back to your equation, plus 4y equals 26. Then simplify. 9y plus 4y equals 26. So 13y equals 26. Divide by 13. So y is going to be 2. Okay, where would you plug this one back in? I would plug it in here, because that's your simplest setup. So if we plug it in there, x equals 3 times 2, so x is 6. Okay? See ya. So that means your answer is 6, 2. Okay? Okay. The last one's a word problem. So you have to do a little more laying out of this first. Here's what it says. CDs at a store are $15.49 each. Okay. Online, they're $13.99 plus $6 flat rate shipping. Do you know what flat rate shipping is? It's $6. You don't pay it per thing, right? You pay $6. You can ship as many as you want. Okay? Okay, so the question is this. Can you, A, set up a system, that's a U, set up a system where X is the number of CDs and Y is the cost. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do for part A. And then part B, find the number of CDs when the cost, is the same. And find the cost. Okay?
Would you use 2 or 1 variable?
You're gonna have 2 variables. Oh, I lied. Yes, you have 2 variables. You have 2 variables because you're setting up an equation, right? But I see where you're asking because it feels like there's 1, because essentially there will be 1. But here's your two equations, okay? If X is the number of CDs, what would the cost be in the store for any X number of CDs? 1549 X, right? So one equation, you would say Y, the cost, is 1549 times however many CDs you buy. Does that make sense? So there's your Y is your total cost. So that's where your second one comes in. Okay, what would the total cost be of the second one? $13.99 times X plus 6. Okay, so they're asking when the cost is the same. What do you do? What?
Sorry, what did you say?
Echo? How do we figure out when the cost will be the same?
Numbers. I mean, no. Like numbers.
Well, substitution. We're going to take this and plug it in for Y, right? So it's going to be 1549X equals 1399X plus 6. Now you solve. So take away the 1399X. Okay, that's 0. We get 6 is equal to 1.5x. Okay, so divide by the 1.5. And you end up with x equals so x equals 4. Okay, technically this can go on over here. What does that mean?
4
CDs, so now both the same price?
If you buy 4 CDs, both options are the same price. Okay, so 4 CDs is what you would buy to get the same price. What is the cost going to be for those 4 CDs? 1549 times the 4, right? So multiply that, you get 6196. So you would pay 1696 at either place if you bought 4 CDs. Okay, so this is your X. Did I say 16? I meant 61. Sorry. This would be your Y.